I've been seeing a lot of discussion lately on the internet on being lean, right? Being lean, being chiseled, being toned, etc. And one of the things I did realize is that people seem to be forgetting that being lean in itself is a byproduct, right? Being lean isn't the thing, right? Being lean is a byproduct. Being fit is a byproduct. And what do I mean by that? I'm not trying to be like over technical or anything like that, but I also want to challenge the oversimplification of this being lean narrative, right? Being lean in itself isn't a thing, meaning being lean isn't a thing that you chase, right? Which is what I've been seeing a lot lately online. Like, I get these questions that come up in my notifications from Reddit, for example. And a lot of these guys are going crazy over there on Reddit, you know, trying to figure out how do I get lean. And you see all these disappointment posts. I've been working for 4 months. I've been working for 6 months consistently, and I still can't see my abs, and I'm still not cut up, and all these different complaints, right? So, I'm making this video to kind of shed some light on what I think the issue is. And honestly, this advice I think should be an eye opener, and it should help the process, right? I'm not trying to rain on the parade, the being lean parade. That's not what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is I'm actually trying to shed some light on the topic so that people who are struggling with their weight, struggling to see results, they're going to have an easier time, right? Going after those goals. Because the thing about it is, if you're looking at this in an unrealistic way or manner, it's going to make it much more difficult to get results or to even stick to it for that matter, right? You have to be looking at this whole process through the right lens in order to get any, meaningful results from it. So by me saying that being lean is a byproduct of a certain lifestyle, what I'm trying to say is to become lean and really fit, it takes a lot of work and it's a lot of time, right? It's not a quick fix. It's not a go hard for 3 weeks and voila, like magic, I'm lean, right? This comes down to a lifestyle, right? And not just chasing a fad, because that's what it's starting to feel and look like. It's just this fad. And fads don't last, right? This has to become a lifestyle. And in the process of it becoming a lifestyle, you're going to have to be patient, right? Patience and consistency is what's going to get you the results you're looking for, right? But we have to move away from the vanity aspect of it where we're just trying to be fit and lean, and that's all that matters, right? When you change your lifestyle and you start eating a certain way, you start getting enough rest, you lower your stress levels. Again, your diet is on point, right? When you do all of that consistently over a long period of time, lean is what happens. And of course, I didn't mention a really consistent workout routine. Of course, we can't leave that out, right? A consistent workout routine, right? Together with all the other things that I mentioned, right? That's when you experience optimal results as far as transforming your physique. But it has to become a lifestyle, right? It's not this snap of the finger, this quick fix thing. It takes time. It takes time. So it has to become a lifestyle. And you're doing this because you want to be healthier and you want to be functional. You're chasing optimal health. That's really the goal, right? But in the process, the results is going to be that you look really fit, right? And you look lean and things like that. But let's move the focus away from just being lean, because what's going to happen is, you're just going to end up chasing your tail, right? And then you're going to be discouraged and then you're going to give up, and that'll be the end of that, right? But let's focus on the right things, right? Let's focus on being healthy and being active, right? And that translates into the being lean. So again, it's more than just chasing being lean, right? This is a lifestyle, right? Let's chase a healthy, positive lifestyle. And the result is becoming lean. The results of that is becoming lean. All right. So let's make this a lifestyle. This is a lifestyle thing. It's not, again, no quick fix type of thing, and no just fads. Fads don't last, right? Fads come and fads go, right? Being fit, being healthy, being functional, that's here to stay. When you see guys who look really lean, by the time you see these guys, they've been working for years in a lot of cases, all right, for years, right? It's really not a quick fix. It's really not. It's really not. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of patience, right? And I'm telling you this so that you won't have the wrong expectations, all right? Because disappointment is a dream killer, right? Or it can be, at least. So I'm trying to save some of you guys from disappointment, all right? Because, a lot of people will come into this whole fitness thing with the wrong mentality, right? Chasing the wrong metrics. And then when that doesn't work out, you get disappointed and you give up on the process entirely. I've seen this happen over the years. So my encouragement to you is, don't chase the wrong metrics. All right. Being lean and fit is a lifestyle. And the physical results is a byproduct of that lifestyle, right? You have to chase the lifestyle, not just being lean. You have to chase the lifestyle. And with that lifestyle, comes a lot of discipline, right? A lot of discipline, a lot of discipline with your social life, a lot of discipline with your nutrition, right? A lot of discipline with the way you manage your time, right? As far as, you know, going to bed, getting enough rest, starting your day the right way, there's a lot that goes into it. It's not just going to the gym and throwing up some dumbbells and in a few weeks I'm lean. This is not what this is, right? This takes work, it takes time, it takes discipline. So I want to encourage you guys to be patient, right? Be patient. Focus on the work. Focus on the work, make it a lifestyle, right? If you're not going to make this a lifestyle, don't even do it. And that's being real. Don't even do it if you're not going to make it a lifestyle, right? Because another thing is you can't even be inconsistent, meaning you do it for 2 weeks, you fall off for a week. You do it for 2 months, you fall off for a month, you jump back in. Even doing it that way, that's still cool because you're still active. But if you're trying to maximize your results by being inconsistent like that, that's not going to happen, right? To really fine tune your physique and, get chiseled and really lean, it takes a lot of commitment. And in a lot of cases, it takes trial and error, right? Depending on your physique, depending on your biological makeup, right? It might take some trial and error. So that in itself takes time, right? What works for one person may not work for another person. That's another thing that happens too, right? What works for me may not work for you. What works for you may not work for me. And even that takes time, figuring yourself out, figuring out what works for you, figuring out what you can consume, what you have to stay away from. All these different things take time. Because another thing that makes becoming fit, another thing that helps that process is understanding your physical body, you personally, meaning understanding what types of food you can and can't eat, understanding how certain foods affect you. All these things takes time because it's personal experimentation, right? So again, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I just wanted to encourage you guys, you know, stop chasing the wrong metrics, right? This is a lifestyle. Let's chase the lifestyle, not just being lean. The being lean is going to come, right? But if you put the cart before the horse and you chase being lean, you're going to be disappointed, right? So let's chase the right thing, which is the lifestyle. Let's make it a lifestyle. Be patient, right? You know, some of you guys know that people go to school for 4 years, for 7 years to get a degree, right? And the reason they do it is because they believe in what they're doing and they know that at the end of that 4 or 7 years, whatever it is, I will have this degree, right? So that's the same mentality you're going to need to have with this fitness lifestyle. There is a catch though, and the catch is the fitness lifestyle is really a forever thing, right? This is not just for 5 years, for 4 years, for 6 years. This is a forever thing. So it's a lifestyle period, right? So let's get our minds right and let's chase the right things. All right. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know what's your take on this topic of becoming lean. All right. If you have something to add, go ahead and add it in the comment section. I want to thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next video.